Day 2, Kuny's Cookie Chronicles. Volume 2, Day 2. Today, I'm going to attempt with some royal icing to make the royal icing and then ice the cookies that we made yesterday. I hear they taste pretty good. Haven't actually tried them myself yet, but I will. So let's get started. So the first thing that goes in is about 480 grams of powdered confectioner's sugar. And this is Sally's Baking Addiction ingredients, just like yesterday. And then 3 tablespoons of meringue powder. And it's about 8 to 10 tablespoons of water. We'll see if this is anywhere near what is supposed to happen. And then I'm supposed to beat it on high for 1.5 to 2 minutes. But I have a feeling putting this on would probably be a better idea. Ooh, I can taste that powdered sugar. You can see the powdered sugar is staying in the middle. So much for the bowl scraper for that, huh? Wow, it's really raining outside. We don't get much of that in California. So it's rather amazing that it's actually raining pretty hard right this minute. Okay, it's been 1.5 minutes and it's really, really loose. I've also heard of doing 1 cup to 1 tablespoon of confectioner's sugar, powdered sugar to meringue powder. So the original recipe had a different ratio. So I'm gonna 1 more tablespoon of meringue powder. Let me see. I still have stuff in the middle. I don't like that. Why is it not? It's the only thing I don't like about this mixer. That little dry bit that gets in the center. Yeah, this is still very, very loose. They said, the longer you beat it, the more air you put into it, the thicker it gets. Why am I not experiencing that?
Are you doing it on the highest setting?
Yeah. But she also said you could add more powdered sugar, so let's try that one. Supposedly it's done, weird, when it takes 5 to 10 seconds for it to bleed back into itself. Looks like I'm getting closer there, huh?
Yeah.
Let's put another tablespoon of powdered sugar. Okay, tablespoon or heaping, creeping ridiculously. So it took more meringue powder and more confectioner's sugar. I think that might be the right, because it looks like it's taking a little bit to get it into the 5 to 10 seconds. That's what she said, 5 to 10 seconds. So now I have to figure out how to get it into the bag. All right, so now that I've cleaned up, we've got our little bowl. Oh, look, we've got bubbles. Nice. Bubbles are always good, right? Hopefully they'll, I don't know if you pop them. I don't know if you leave them. But anyways, that's our icing. I think I figured out the problem with the icing. I was looking on the back of the package, and the package says 3 tablespoons of meringue powder, 4 cups of powdered sugar, which is what the recipe that I had said. But this says 5 tablespoons of water, and that recipe said 8 to 10 to begin with, 12 to 14 total. So I could tell with what I used in my measuring cup, I only used about 8 tablespoons, but obviously it was too much straight off the bat. So that's why I ended up adding more meringue and more water. So now I need to figure out how to get this dude into a bag. Got a disposable bag here. I've heard you put it into a cup. And that's the easiest way to fill it. I only have 1 cup that seemed like it was going to be appropriate. So we'll see. We'll see what happens here. I don't know if you're supposed to do anything with those. I guess you get the bubbles out when you're frosting with the little thingy. You know, I see people do this all the time without touching it. I don't see how. You touch the cookies. Why wouldn't you just touch the frosting? I have no idea how much I need to put in here. All right, I'm gonna stick that much. My understanding is this stuff gets very, very solid. So I'm thinking it's best to clean everything off immediately. All right. And I always see him squish it down. Now the snipping of the end, I have no idea how you're supposed to do that, but it's closed. Does it stay closed? Well, I'm gonna put this on here just because I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do with it. It's do or die time. We're going to attempt, as if anybody else was doing this, I'm going to attempt to do artsy fartsy stuff with this icing. And truth be told, I'm not an artsy fartsy person, so I have no idea how this is going to work. But I first need to cut my tip. I heard that the tips, if you use the Wilton tips, they clog, and I don't need to deal with clogging, that's for sure. So we'll see how this goes. Start off really little, that's probably way too small. Yeah, I'm sure that's way too small. Let's go a little bit bigger. Let's see how that comes out. That might be fine. Well, let's start with that and see how we go. Now I hear rounds are difficult, so let's of course I put all the round cookies in front of me first thinking, oh, that's simple, but then I thought, wait a minute, I've heard it's easier not to do rounds. All right. Well, it's not terrible. Let's do the little stars. This is not terrible. Yay! Uh-oh. So I've got my dehydrator on over here at 150 degrees. I hear that if you put the cookies in there, it helps dry your icing. And we need all the help we can get, so why not, right? Experiment with forward rings, backward rings, see which one's the most. That's not a ring at all, but hey, it's something. I find myself pushing a little hard, like changing my pressure throughout. That's kind of dumb. Set number 2. So I'm finding you definitely need to keep an even pressure all throughout, or you end up with blobs. I don't know how that'll affect the finished product. And I find that most of my pressure is on my hand that's closest to the top of the bag. Not what I would have thought. But maybe that's just me. I think I have a little bit more control over it, doing it, the pressure from there. All right, I'm gonna take my first set out and see how flooding goes. Oh, tried to turn it off. All right, let's see what happens. Hopefully I don't have to cut more. All right, I'm gonna cut the bag a little bit more. Hopefully that wasn't too much. And they say a toothpick works for filling it in or getting all the air bubbles out or whatever it is that we're doing here. Maybe you're supposed to flood right away? I don't know. That doesn't make sense. I'm thinking I'm not supposed to dry the icing until oh, wow. Gotta be careful about this bag. Okay. How do I not? Ooh. Things to learn. I could see why some people tie the bag off. Uh-oh. Getting icing everywhere. It's all over my table. Coming out the top of that bag. All right, first set to go in. In you go. I don't have any clue how long it's gonna take those to dry. I think you're not supposed to let the lines dry first. I'm not even sure why I need an edge if the frosting's the right consistency. Okay. Maybe it's to get a nice smooth edge. In you go. I think I'm gonna clean up my mess a little bit here first. All right, I'm out of icing. Maybe I'll mix a color. I'm gonna attempt to make a pink. Can't go wrong with pink, right? Pink is light pink, medium pink, dark pink. Unlikely I'll be making red, so that's what we're gonna try to work. Try to make the Kuny's cookie color. How about that? This is Red Rouge. We'll see what happens. I wonder if I have to add any other colors. So if we do one drop, what happens? It's a really, really, really soft pink. Probably gonna have to take a class and or definitely look up videos on how to mix colors. It's 2 drops. Oops, now it's 4, because I meant to do 3. Well, I meant to do 1 more and make it 3. Do a couple more. Oops, I have no idea what just happened there. That was a lot. I'm thinking the next time I mix color, I'm putting on gloves, because now I look like I'm bleeding all over the place. Interesting, it's really loose now. I thought it wasn't supposed to do that. Wonderful. I thought the whole point of gel color was to not loosen up your icing. Ah. There we go. It's dripping, huh? Yeah, these are dripping. It's this new frosting. It's too loose because it's the wrong stuff. That sucks. I was hoping that the edges would hold it in, but they weren't dry enough. It's gonna make for a great video. Yes. You'll see. Oh, you have no idea. This was going just fine. This was going just fine until I added color. Good times. Good times. We'll not be giving these cookies out, at least these ones I'm touching right now. Makes for good stories in the future. We were supposed to get gel colors. These are oil colors. And it thinned it out. And the whole point of getting the gel color was so that I wouldn't have to worry about it thinning out. Because you put like a pinprick amount on it, not squeezy droplet bottle. I had such high hopes after the beginning of doing this. This is not what was supposed to happen. Oh, these are ugly. I'm dripping all over the place. My good Lord. Well, just as I think that I've scraped as much as I need to off of it so it doesn't drip anymore, it drips more. It's really reminiscent of how a 3-year-old would do. I'm not kidding. Icing all over everything. The table has got drips all over it. The cookies look like hell. My first cookies didn't look so bad. Well, this is my hot mess left over on my table. Oh, well, there's a reason you wear whatever this thing is I'm wearing. Apron, yeah. So today's shooting has been very, very challenging because somebody decided to get sick. And so I no longer have my cameraman and my director, and who knows if I'm even in the shot right at the moment. But anyway, so what did I learn today? I validated that I already knew that I cannot shoot things myself, that I am much better as a director than being in a video. Let's see. I also learned that consistency is everything when it comes to icing and piping. But I'm pretty sure there's lots of information on the internet already about that. But I can too concur that that is a huge, huge factor. My consistency seemed just fine as the white icing that I made originally. Unfortunately, I'm thinking we must have gotten the wrong color for whatever reason. We thought we were buying gel color, and what we ended up with was oil-based color, which I have a sneaking suspicion is not at all what I was looking for. And it thinned my stuff out. You know, it's a little funny. So I started out with everything seeming to go pretty smoothly. Maybe, okay, there's a learning curve to this, to like utter and complete chaos by the end. So if nothing else, it'll make for a great story in the future.